Hey guys, it's Allie Bay here. Today I want to tell you a story time, and I'm actually totally digging this whole laying down while telling you guys a story time. Not because I'm like, you know, lazy. I mean, part of that is, but also because it's like we're having a sleepover. It's fun. It's exciting, and you don't see many YouTubers doing it. So sorry. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna test the waters, see what happens. And then on top of that, I also don't like really editing my videos because, well, one, it's a lot of work, and two, it doesn't feel as authentic, I guess. So I don't think I'm gonna be editing this video either because it's pretty late, and I just don't. So I will just get on to the story, I guess. So, the story I have to tell you today only happened like maybe a month to 2 months ago, so like maybe a month and a half. And before I get started, I want to tell you guys a little background. So, I work at McDonald's. Woo, nice job, fuck you. Yeah. Insert McDonald's joke about how shitty it is. But okay, so yeah, I work at McDonald's. Obviously, not my ideal job, but my sister, who is 21, the one that actually had a baby. For those of you who don't know, I have twin sisters. So one of them lives at home. They're both 21, obviously, since they're twins. One of them lives at home. The other one has a baby and lives with her friend Nicole, which is weird because her name is Nikki. So Nicole, Nikki, it's kind of like, okay. So I am a crew worker. She's a manager. And I've been working at this job like 9 months, we'll say. So back then it would have maybe been like 7 or 8 months. So on to the actual story now. One day, Nikki was being a manager. She hasn't been a manager very long, so she was just being a manager, trying to get the hang of things, working along. She put me in back booth, and with window 1, so, alright, total's gonna be blah, 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 pull up to the first window. That shit, yeah, I was doing that, taking cash and orders. And she knows that I don't like window 1. It is so boring because in my McDonald's you're like secluded, like that's where the crew room is, and if you look back you can see like the dishwashing stations, the walk-in cooler and freezer, and then the stock room. But other than that, like nobody goes back there unless they're stocking or cleaning or anything. So it like literally today some guy said, "Well, that looks depressing. It looks like you're in solitary confinement." I was like, yeah, I feel like it. I definitely feel like it. And I haven't been in back booth since maybe my first month there because basically the second I got there, I was a really good worker. I learned how to one booth, I learned how to do grill, take orders, take cash, all that good old stuff. And so she put me in back booth. So I was like, alright, we're pretty slow. Might as well lighten up the mood with some music, you know? So I turn on my music on SoundCloud, and I'm just listening. I have it on maybe like the first or the second volume, so it's like really quiet. Like I can barely hear it over the stupid bing of the headset while I'm trying to take orders. And so obviously the customers couldn't hear it, and they couldn't hear it at the window because I had it pretty far away from the window. So I was like, well, there's not really a problem with that. Apparently there was. Nicole was like really pissy that day. She wasn't a happy camper. And she comes back there and starts messing with my phone to try and turn the music off, but because it's on SoundCloud, it doesn't have like a pause play button. You just have to tap the thing, like the screen. And she didn't know that. So I was taking an order. I was touching the screen. Anything else? Anything else? Will that be all? All that bullshit. And all of a sudden, I just hear what sounds like my phone falling on the metal table that's behind me, like she just dropped it. And I didn't see that, but that's what I assumed. That pissed me off. And now, I'm a petty ass person. Let's get one thing straight. I am the pettiest motherfucker you will ever meet. I got so pissed off. And Nicole is, when you're a manager, well, even as a crew member, you're really not supposed to be dating anybody inside of work because it can mess with the work area. So Nicole, as a manager, it was dating another crew member, which she still is. So me being the petty ass bitch, what's up, petty ass motherfucking bitch right here. Just fuck your bitch. But yeah, me being the petty bitch I was, or still am, I was like, next time you fuck with my phone like that without my permission, and then throw it to the fucking table, I am gonna go to Kim. Kim is our general regions manager, so she like runs like I think like 6 stores. I'm gonna go to Kim and tell her about you and this guy. And Nikki got really pissed off about that, and so we got in like this little argument. I had finished taking the order. You know what she does? As she's leaving, she flips me off. Bitch. She flipped me off. And I was like, did you just flip me off? And I go charging at her. I booked it. I just straight up like bolted towards her. And I took the headset off of my head. And this is where my BPD kind of comes in, because of it, I'm really bad at impulse control. So I was like, I don't have the same impulse control as most people do. So like, a lot of people would be like, all right, I can't hit her. I can't do that. I can't do that. Nope. Not me. Because I'm a dumbass. I take the headset off my head as I'm like 2 inches away from her. And at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw the headset at her. And then at the last second, my brain was like, you know, the headsets are really expensive. I don't want to break it. So I probably shouldn't do that. So the last second, my brain was like, oh, well, why don't you just shove it into her chest? And so I was like 2 inches away from her, and I didn't consider how tall she was compared to me. Like, brain didn't do that math. So it ended up like, I thought it hit her in the face, or at least from what I saw and remember. But apparently it like whipped her in the back or something like that. And there was a mark on her back, but it did not look like it was made from a headset. It literally looked like she just ran into like the cart that was behind her or something. So yeah, and then I grabbed my shit, and my McDonald's is like a 5-minute drive from my house, maybe like 3 to 5 minutes. It's an hour-long walk, even when you're rage fucking stampeding. Like, I was like fast walking home, and it still took me an hour to get home. So yeah, and then for the next week, like, I didn't go into any of my shifts or anything, but like nobody called me to tell me I was fired or anything. So I was just like, I don't know what's going on. Should I go in for my shifts, or am I gonna get like scolded, or like what's happening? And like I was texting my friend that night, and she was like, oh yeah, Kim said you can't come back and blah blah blah. So I was like, all right, I guess I just can't come in for my shifts anymore. And then like the third day that I didn't go in for my shift, I called or I tried to call Kim. Kim didn't answer me. And then, like, maybe, like, 4 days into my suspension, or into this not going into work thing where I was, like, freaking out, my mom runs into Trish. And Trish is the manager for my store. So, my mom's talking to her, and she's like, do you know what's going on? Allie's really freaking out. Why did I say Lexi? Allie's really freaking out. And she doesn't know what's going on. And Trish was like, all right, I'll give her my number. I'll talk to everybody, because all I heard was that she was on suspension for a week. So I don't know what's going on. So yeah. Long story short, Trish saved my ass. Like, straight up saved it. Like, I was only on suspension for a week, and then that week was my week. I come in to check the schedule, and I didn't. It said that I was off the whole next week, and Trish was like, "No, that's fucking wrong. Like, that's a 2-week suspension. I'm gonna get you some hours because that's bullshit." So she gets me some hours. She was like, "It was hell without you here." Even Leanne, who is like, she's another manager. She has no fucking filter. Like, she is blatantly honest that it kind of is, it hurts a little bit. It's like, oh, my feelings. She is so honest, but she was like, yeah, it's totally screwed us. Like, I didn't realize how important you were, and blah, blah, blah. So that was really nice. And because of all that, yeah. So because of Trish, I still have my job, and I am very thankful for it. Really, because I need the money. I have ferrets in that cage in the very bottom. You can't really see them, but I have ferrets that I gotta take care of. And yeah, it's just, I'm very thankful. But yeah, that's the time that I almost got fired. Thanks for listening, and I'm gonna show you my ferrets, so stick around if you want to see them. Okay, guys, so this chunky monkey right here is Cusco. I just had them out, so I don't know why they're so hyper. The tiny one right here is Tipo. Hold on. Cusco. Go say hi. Say hello. Say hello. Cusco, chunky monkey. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Small one, Tipo. And then there is the chunky sleepy boy on the bottom. Me pacha. And your pacha. Hi, honey. So, yeah, those are my babies. This is my room. It's pretty messy. And then in here is Sucker Sam. Like, his, obviously... Oh, there he's going. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. For those of you who are like, oh no, his tank is so dirty. You're, like, neglecting him. Like, no. He's a sucker fish. He needs that algae to eat and live. I have algae tablets for a reason. I actually just cleaned his tank, like, a week ago. And I've been using the algae tablets so that algae builds up again, because, you know, I don't want him swimming in his own poop, but I don't want him dying of starvation. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time I post a video. Peace.